Hello everybody and welcome to our fortnightly Qi Gong session. Today hopefully you've got a chair with you. We're going to do some of the class doing Qi Gong with regards to concentrating on the base of the spine and relieving some of the pressure there. The second part we're going to work on a 5 elements movement which incorporates a movement of energy around the meridian system. Okay, so what we will do is we will make a start in our usual way, whether we're sitting down or we're standing up. We need to warm our bodies up. So what first we're going to do is just pat the head all the way around just to wake these meridian systems up, or the acupoint areas, tapping around the crown. And then we're going to come down to the back of the neck, just here. I'm just giving it a little tap, nothing hard, nothing strenuous, just a little tap at the back of the neck, just to wake it up. Lovely. Once you've done that, all I want you to do is we're going to concentrate on the neck to start with, so we're going to go nice circles, breathing in as we circle the neck, nice and slowly, and breathing out once we reach to the other shoulder and we start taking the neck back. Just nice and gently, relaxing as we do this. If you've been with me for the last few weeks, what I'd like you to stand in is a Wedgie Stance, which is where the knees are relaxed, the feet are facing forward, and you're just breathing down. And we go the other way, breathing in and breathing out. I'm going to ask you to do something that may be a little bit strange, or sounds a little bit strange today, and that's I want you to breathe in through your feet. Imagine you're breathing in through your feet and breathing out through the feet. Now, the back of the ball of the foot, there is a meridian connection, which is the kidney 1. And kidney 1 is basically reaching us down to the ground. It's one of the main working meridian points that we use in Qi Gong. I'm just going to turn the head sideways. Okay, and then we're just going to move it backwards and forwards, nice and gently. As I say, don't rush these exercises, they're nice and slow. And what we're going to do is we're going to just pinch the top of the eyes a little bit, nothing hard, just taking the hands and the fingerprints just around the eyelids. Again, we're hitting meridian points or acupoints. You may be familiar with shiatsu or reflexology, although reflexology is around the feet. We're doing the same thing, we're just putting these on points that waken certain parts of the body up a little bit. So just under the eyes. Be pushed round, and then just at the side of the eye, just giving it a little squeeze, nothing hard, nothing that's going to hurt, and just underneath we give that a little squeeze as well. So that is like the first one we did was gallbladder, the second one is the triple heater, called a triple heater. Now the triple heater actually regulates our body temperature, whether we're hot, cold, it's like a thermometer. And we're just going to go up the cheekbone. Okay, something we haven't done for a few weeks. Just underneath the nose here, just where just in the middle of the lip. Just want you to press it in and press it out just a couple of times. And then we go underneath the lips, between the lip and the chin. Same thing. Breathing in as we press in. And breathing out. And remember, if you can, just trying to do the breathing as if it's coming in from your feet. And then we're just going to do the jaw. Just nicely pulling the jaw just underneath the jaw here. Cool. Now we're just going to lightly stretch the ears. Superb. I'll move back a little bit now. So hands covers the elbow, and I'm just going to tap the shoulders. There's no need to spend a lot of time on these, we're just trying to warm up the body a little bit. It's no good doing exercises if we are cold, but we don't need to be over hot either. Okay, so we're just going to go down the inside of the arms, back up the other side, right down to the fingertips. Okay, and then we come down to the other side. Remember what we do one side, we do the other side. And we'll do the chest, very gently across the chest. So just right over the chest, right up the collarbone. Then we come down the centre, working our way out to the side. Do this about 3, maybe 4 times. Now we're just going to go down the insides of the legs and back up. And giving the kidneys just a little bit of a rub on the back, just to wake them up a little bit. And very quickly we're just going to stand where we are, or we're going to sit where we are. We're just going to allow the shoulders just to move around, just swinging the arms, just to get the hips loose just a little bit for us. Because we're going to be working on the lower back with some of these movements. So the waist, the wrist, the waist and the hip area and the lumbar. We just want to loosen it just a little bit before we start. Okay, so that was a very quick warm up. What I suggest is if you're doing that at home, spend a little bit more time doing it, okay? But we're fine for what we're going to be doing today. So first off, we're going to sit down. So hopefully you've all got your chair with you today. When you sit down to do Qi Gong, we don't put our back on the support, we just sit up, leaving enough gap because we need to be able to move backwards and forwards in a little while. The feet, on this occasion, just want them forward, okay? Hopefully you can see this. So the feet are forward, flat onto the ground. Okay, we don't want the heels up at this stage, we just want them flat on the ground for this set of exercises. So the way I want to start today is I want to start with a commencement. The commencement just helps us to regulate our breath as we do this movement now. So we're going to be breathing in as the arms float up. Some of you will notice this from the Shibashi, some of the Shibashi moves we were doing over the last few weeks. We're just breathing in and out on the boat. What I'm not doing is forcing my arms up by using my shoulders. It's almost as if there's a wind at the back of me that's just blowing my arms up, like a sheet on a wind or a towel on the wind, on a washing line, and we're just allowing it to float back down again. So again, controlling the breath. If you need to take more than 2 breaths, 3 breaths, that's fine. Just control the breathing. So we're breathing in on the way up, and breathing out on the way down. Now, as I said, these exercises that we're going to be doing for the first half of this class today are designed for back pain, lumbar pain. Now, there's a lot of us sitting around at the moment or not doing as much exercise as we would normally do. So these exercises, they're very gentle, very subtle, as we do them. Okay, now we're going to move the movement now. We're going to move it into called rowing the boat. Now what we do is we bring the arms all the way up this time. And when we grab the oar at the top, a bit like the old long boats, a Viking boat, we're going to breathe in as we start moving forward. Now move as gently as you can until you feel you can't go any further on the inward breath, and exhale. And on each rotation, what you'll find, or may find, is that your back starts to stretch just that little bit further. Okay, so this relieves a lot of the pain around the back, and it strengthens everything up along the back. So we just bring the arms around. So we breathe in as we're coming down, and breathe out when we get the hands down. And you just feel that little bit of a stretch on the base of the back, which is perfect for what we're trying to do. So we just want to do this one more time, then we'll move on to the next one. And what I've done at the end, we've got the 3 movements that I'm really looking to show you on this section. We'll put them all together, okay? So the next one we do is playing with waves. So the hands come up across the chest area, and we just move forward. But when we move forward, what I don't want to do is going as far as I can, as if I'm diving in a swimming pool. I just want my body to come as far as my knees if possible, allowing the hands to relax and pulling the waves back. Leaning back just very slightly, enough that I can feel the tension. Breathing in and breathing out. Remember, when we do Qi Gong, guys, the elbows are the most heaviest part that we use. We don't use the shoulders to hold anything up. The elbows are pulling down all the time, so they're pulling everything down as we start to do this movement. So it's a very simple movement, just moving backwards and forwards on the chair, reaching as far as we can, and then just bringing everything back again. Leaning slightly back, we move forward, and we move everything back again. Okay, so far the main exercises of this was row the boat and playing with waves, or hands like waves. It's got a couple of different names. So the next one I want us to do is the wings of a dove. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just move my chair slightly so you can actually see this one. So again, my legs are flat on the ground, bringing my hands up to where my heart area is. I want to open them and stretch back very slightly backwards. And then I want to bring the hands forward. So if you imagine the wings of a dove and how they flap coming in and out. So we're moving forward again, slightly leaning forward, just enough so I can feel the movement on the back of my lumbar. But this exercise has a secondary element to it as well. It's actually really good for regulating blood pressure. So if you've got high or low blood pressure, it does help to regulate that, and as well as strengthening the waist and the thighs again. Okay. So the breathing on this one, we breathe in as we bring the waves back, the wings back to us, and we breathe out as we take the waves away from us. Okay, so we're breathing in and breathing out, breathing out and breathing in. Okay, brilliant. So they're the 3 main exercises if you want to try and relieve any pressure that you may have on the back. Okay. I think what we'll do is we will cover that again next week in a few weeks' time. But what we'll do is we'll spend a little bit more time on it. Because what I want to do now is I want to go through a 5-element exercise, which is excellent to do first thing in the morning. It wakes the whole body up and just revitalises the energy. So I just need to move the chair out of the way for this one very quickly. And what we're going to do is the movement we'll be working on is very similar to some of the stuff that we've done over the last few weeks. Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to get my notes so I can remember what we're doing today. So from a standing position, you can still do it from a sitting position, but from a standing position, I want to go into Wedgie Stance or Wedgie Stance. Okay, my feet are forward. I'm making sure that my feet are flat on the ground, almost like a suction pad. My knees are relaxed as I do this. Okay, Once I relax, I can relax the core, my chest area. I need to concave my chest, but when I concave my head, I want to bring my head up so my crown is suspended from the ceiling or suspended from the sky. Now this is Wedgie Stance. If you're feeling yourself rocking backwards and forwards, just adjust your knees a little bit so you're getting into it comfortable. Initially, Wedgie Stance can feel a little bit awkward, okay, but it is a natural stance that we actually all used to have, but in time we've all learned how to walk a little bit more straighter and lock joints. But these are to open energy gates. So I'm going to move side on so we can all see what we're doing, okay? Okay, so the first movement we want to do is we want to allow the arms to float up. So it's same as before, it's the commencement movement, so we allow the arms to float